How is everybody doing? Thank you very, very, very much. Oh, wait. Hmm. Give me a second here. I don't know what's going on. Am I already live? Crazy stuff. I don't know. It's so strange. So strange. X is not behaving from... Oh, they were live on X. Here we go. Now we're live everywhere. So I hope everybody's having a fabulous day. I know I'm having a very, very, very good day. We are going to talk about just a very few basic things that I see on the TikTok, and then I'm going to join Mark for evening rants here in about an hour. So I'm going to do about a half an hour of just talking about these crazy clips and also doing Q&A if you guys are up for it. And then we shall move on to evening rants and talk about the important shit of the day. Because this is not necessarily important shit. This really isn't. This is just us literally looking at crazy people. Like totally fucking lunatic, loon bag crazy people. Let's start with this one. Oh, all the best. Here we go. They said big bag bitch get to. I always find it funny when they they think they're proving something by doing something that we've seen other people who are in shape do much, much, much better. It's weird. Like, I can do it. Like, not really. I mean, Heavy D and her backup singers, the Hungry Hippos here, it's not really hitting how they think it is, This is Samira and her backup dancers, the 2-Ton Posse. And this is like her song that she sings. And I just want to point out, we're gonna actually lower the volume because she's annoying as fuck, her voice, but I always find it funny. Like, watch this whole rendition, the facial expressions and everything. Just watch it. Let's just watch. Just watch it. They said big bag bitch get to the bag. They said big bag bitch you want a snack. Well, this big bag bitch she got the stack. So put big bag bitch clothes on the rack. Oh, that's not it. Oh, that's not it. Oh, this is a good one. Hang on. Hey, Alan, almost 3 months past gastric bypass, down 50 pounds, 90 total. That is fucking awesome, Teresa. Very, 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 very awesome. Great job. So, when we're talking about it, the big circus sideshow fat freak that TikTok is becoming, we've got to get a hold of this shit at some point in time. At some point in time, we have to realize that just because it makes you feel okay when people tell you that you're enormous and it's fine, it's not okay. It's bad. We have to stop being children. All these fucking people are pretending as if they're fat as fuck and it's not going to be bad for society, bad for them. We've got to get past this. Grow the fuck up, everybody. Get there faster. There's these videos. Oh, this is a good one. This is an actual fucking doctor, I believe. I don't know which one of these comes first.
The only thing you can tell by looking at a larger person's body is the depth of your own fat phobia.
Not true at all. It's absolutely not true. I can take a look at the person's body and guesstimate their waist-height ratio and tell you that if they're likely going to lose years off their life because they're viscerally obese. I can take a look at their feet and see if they're swollen, to see if they're having circulatory issues. I can listen to their breathing and watch them breathe and tell you if they're in respiratory distress. I can watch them and their skin color as they try to ambulate and hear their breathing and tell you if they are having a hard time, if they are actually having problems breathing, which most very seriously morbidly obese people do. I can take a look at a fat person and tell you, because physics and gravity fucking exist, that anywhere from 4 to 10 pounds per square inch extra is on their knees for every pound they're overweight. Every pound they're overweight. So when you have somebody that's 200 pounds overweight, they could have anywhere from 800 to 2,000 pounds of extra pressure with every step they take walking on a flat surface It's by many times more when they're walking downhill. Like, that is the actual issue. People don't seem to get this. Like, yes, I can look at you and tell you you're fucked up. Yes, I can visibly see you. I heard you walking up. I felt the vibrations. I can tell you you're unhealthy. You know, this is not in any way. Watching that video makes me terrified of being fat. That's funny, but I can tell you that in any way, like saying like there's nothing you can tell about the person but your own fat phobia is complete fucking ridiculousness. It is completely, absolutely, totally ridiculous to try to pretend like you can't look at somebody that's 400 pounds and be like, wow, that person's not healthy. That person, and you can tell a lot by the person's about the person's habits from how they look. First of all, use your nose. If they smell, you know about their hygiene. But also, if you see a person that's 200 pounds overweight, you know that their life revolves around food, right? Like, if you're 200 pounds overweight, your life revolves around food. If you're 100 pounds overweight, your life pretty closely revolves around food. But more than that, your life revolves around it. In eating it, what you're going to eat, and getting it. Your life revolves around it. When you're 400 pounds or more, you are taking in many thousands of calories in a day. 4,000 or 5,000 calories in a day. So let's be fucking real. I can look at somebody and say they're not healthy and they treat themselves poorly. Because reality exists. This doesn't, like videos like this fucking loon bag crazy person over here, this does nothing but make her feel better because she's trying to pretend like she's the nice person. Like, you don't actually believe this shit. Our human nature tells us different. I know that we've tried to suppress that in the last couple of years, but our human nature tells us differently. Our human nature tells us that being fat is in fact fucking bad for you.
You know nothing about their health status.
Yes, you do.
Their relationship with food.
If they're 100 pounds overweight, they have a horrible relationship with food. Reality exists.
Or movement.
If they are 100 pounds overweight, they should move more.
You know nothing about their morality.
Well, if they're purposely making choices every single day that they know is harming them, because deep down, trust me, they know it, they are self-harming. So I'm not saying that that's immoral, but I am saying that not only are they self-harming, they are self-harming that is also burdening other people. So they are pretty fucking selfish. Reality exists. You realize that $3.4 trillion of shared healthcare expenditures from people eating too much, drinking too much, and smoking too much, and the predominant mass of those is from people eating too much, right? Like, because we can yank those statistics down because they're known for a long time, right? So stop pretending that people lifestyling themselves into chronic or mental illness doesn't affect everybody else, because it fucking does. In many, many, many ways. And shit, with the way our government is, they use the poor level of public health to lock shit down and close businesses when a new cold comes out. So miss me with this shit that it's nobody's business. It's everybody's fucking business. Miss me with that bullshit. Miss me with it. You think I'm being mean? Good. Good. We need to be meaner. Everybody, society needs to be much meaner about this bullshit. Much. You know why? Because being nice sure as fuck is not helping. It's sure as fuck not helping.
None of it. The only thing that you're encountering is your own anti-fat bias that's been internalized.
Whatever, whack nut. But nothing I said was in any way fucking untruthful. It's facts, bitch. Okay, here's the next one from this lovely lady.
How old were you when you realized your body was a problem? I'll go first. I was 3 years old. My belly was round and big compared to the rest of my classmates, and I had this inherent sense that that was wrong.
Because it is. Your parents were abusing you with food. If you're 3 years old and your belly is round, like you're fat, it's wrong. And your nature, your human nature was telling you it was.
Or bad and should be changed. And
It absolutely should be changed. A fat little kid, you know that being obese when you're a child stunts fucking gray cell development or gray matter development in your brain? It stops the cells from fucking forming? Do you know that when children are fat in their early life, they are almost, undoubtedly going to be morbidly obese and their lifespan is dramatically shorter? Like, it is a fucking problem. You saying it's not a problem is in fact a fucking problem.
so I told the story to my teacher that I ate a ball for breakfast, and that was why my belly was so big, because I didn't want her to think that my belly was naturally that big.
Well, your belly wasn't naturally that big because it would be that big now. It would have gotten actually bigger. Your belly was that big because your parents were gluttoning you.
3 years old is the age when we first start having conscious memory, and that's one of my first ones.
And I will point out to you, you are now not fat. Sounds like it worked. Sounds like it worked. All right. How about this fucking crazy person? Listen to just for everybody.
Hi.
Okay, so this woman, this is this J-Bay official lady. I just did a video about her yesterday, and I can't believe I have to talk about her again today. But now this isn't about airplanes anymore. Now this is about ride shares. Look at her. Look at this fucking smug fucking face. Just
I use a rideshare. I'm forced to.
look. That's just fucking pathetic. I mean, good God. First of all, you're walking now. Why did you expect some other fucking person to push you up a ramp in a fucking wheelchair when you're walking now? You horrible piece of shit person.
Ride without a seatbelt because there are no seatbelt extenders. It's time to make it mandatory for ride shares to provide seatbelt extenders. Read the caption for
Look, how are you not fucking embarrassed? Look at this.
seatbelt extenders.
How are you not fucking embarrassed? How? That's a problem in society. How are you not fucking embarrassed? And if that's a ride share, what the fuck are you doing getting in the goddamn front seat? Oh, you probably can't fit in the back seat. That's what it is. They're already making special dispensation for you to ride in the front seat instead of the back seat, which is a security risk if you ask me. Especially if the guy's trying to fucking eat his lunch. You might steal it. But, so, instead of your fat ass buying a belt extender and keeping it with you, why should they provide one for you? You know what I would do? I would not take you. I would absolutely. If you get in, if I was driving Uber or Lyft and you get in and say, "Do you have a seatbelt extender?" I'd say, "Nope, canceling your ride." Because I'm not going to give you the opportunity to bitch about your own fucking choices. I'm not going to give you the opportunity to fucking do that. Fuck that. That's not happening. Like ever not happening. All right. So yeah, this is her.
Read the caption for more.
So that's all it is. It's just mostly her follow me thing. Weirdo. Fucking weirdo. Let's see here. I think we've gone through all the rest. Oh wait, no. This is an interesting lady.
Maybe I'm in a petty mood today, but just a quick reminder that the absolutely most infuriating thing you as a plus size person can do for fat phobes is to live your life without shame.
You're right. You know why? You should be ashamed. You should be ashamed. You overconsume resources. You overconsume them. You consume more than you would need to be healthy. And then it makes you unhealthy. And then you expect accommodation and subsidizing of your bad habits. You should be ashamed. Are you not an adult? Can you not fucking adult? You should be ashamed. I know at one point in time I couldn't adult about food. I have an eating disorder. But guess what I did? I started adulting. You know? You should absolutely be ashamed. You should be super ashamed if you're morbidly obese. You know why? Because reality exists. Somebody said, Jonathan, you must be new here. Yes, I was very obese.
Because they haven't figured out how to do that yet. Yeah, I've had a lot of fat
I love how they try to say shit that's going to make themselves feel better about nothing. You know?
phobic comments the last few days. So go out there, be visible, and don't be ashamed.
You should be very ashamed. You should be. I mean, let's be real. It's not something you shouldn't be ashamed about. It's like being like, if you're an alcoholic, it's not something you should be proud of. I'll tell you that shit. You shouldn't be. You should be proud of being a recovered alcoholic. You should be proud of being in recovery. That's something to be proud about. But just being an alcoholic, you don't hear alcoholic pride. You don't hear alcoholic accommodation. You don't hear that every plane should give everybody free shots because I'm an alcoholic. You don't hear that shit. You know, like, you don't hear that fucking ride shares should just like let alcoholics ride free. You don't hear that shit. You know why? Because being an alcoholic is not something we should actually coddle in life. Being an alcoholic means you need to fucking work harder to control your fucking self. Being addicted to food, being a binge eater, being a person that has a hard time controlling, has a disorderly relationship with food, you should fucking be very, 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 very careful about what you do. I mean, it's the fucking reality of the situation. I don't even understand how we get here sometimes in society. How we go through these stupid ass things about, our feelings being more important than facts and shit like that. We can't afford to be as fat as we are. We just can't. We can't afford it as a people, as a species. We can't. We can't afford it as a species because if half the population is morbidly obese by 2030 of the world, because we're well over 50% obesity in America, like well the fuck over. I would be shocked if we weren't at 60% obesity by BMI and waist to height ratio, at least. Waist to height ratio probably has us closer to somewhere around 70% obesity. Because look around, the average man is a Homer Simpson. The average woman is 175 fucking pounds at 5'3". The average woman right now weighs more than the average male from 25 years ago. It's not genetics. It's habits. The average female right now weighs more than the average male did like 25 years ago. That's a bad sign for society. That's a society that's in decline. That is a society that is going to have a hard time reproducing enough to meet the refill rate. That's reality. That's the reality of the situation. So we can't afford to be fucking playing around like this. We really can't. Tina Diaz. A recent documentary came out that with the rise of childhood obesity, the younger kids will have a shorter lifespan compared to their parents. That's alarming. Oh, it's going to be much shorter. Much, much, much shorter. I mean, because we're not even we don't even necessarily get fat people that have been fat since they were 5. That's a relatively new thing. We don't even have large samples of data to see how long they're going to live, how well their bodies deal with other stuff. I can see being fat that long, your immune system is just going to be fucking horrible. Even when you lose the weight, it's going to be rough for a long time. We've got to wake the fuck up and get way past here. This is an awesome one. Gail Storm, 9 years sober, had to change. Great goddamn job, Gail Storm, Galley Storm. What the fuck's wrong with me? All right. Bring back shame. Exactly. Oops. Recommendations for my kid not getting obese while transitioning to table food. Whole foods, veggies, fruits, meat, whole foods. Stick to whole foods. No juice. No juice at all. No orange juice. No cranberry juice. It's sugar water. None of that stuff. Unless you're squeezing it fresh, and even then, I would just prefer you have the child eat the orange instead of drink orange juice. But besides that, listen to your pediatrician. I will tell you this: I would not be giving my newborn 32 fucking vaccinations before the age of 1. That's crazy talk. That is insane. That's insane. I saw a video that showed an obese toddler getting stuck in a high chair. It's this. Our society has fallen so far so quickly. It's just we don't even give a shit about children anymore. That's what's the fucked up thing. I recommend doing the opposite of what the government tells you to eat. Exactly. No shit. Exactly what they tell you not to eat. I mean, I've said it for a long time. Nobody can actually. It's not even like. I'm sure people are going to call it a conspiracy theory, but I would argue that there's more evidence to say that the government and big food and big pharma are in collusion to keep you fat, sick, and dependent. I'd say there's more evidence to prove it than to disprove it. You know, I would absolutely say that. This is true. We've fallen so far, and it's celebrated, and that is the actual big problem, that it is celebrated. It's really horrible. Really, 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 really bad. So, all right, folks, listen. I'm going to let you guys go. I am going to get ready for this evening rants here in about 40 to 35 minutes with Mark. Hope all of you have a great goddamn day. I will be back at my normal time tomorrow, and I hope to see you all then. Goddamn.